Just for Moms Mondays, brought to you by the sponsors of MomsEveryday.com. Welcome to MomsEveryday.com. I'm your host, Jen Lennon. Today I'm joined by Jill McCormick. She is the Lifelong Links Manager for CASA of the Pikes Peak region. Jill, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Jill, we've learned a little bit about CASA over the past few months and understanding the court-appointed special advocates, but you're part of a different program that's blooming over at CASA. Tell us, what is the Lifelong Links?
Sure. Over the last couple of years, we've been developing a new program based on family finding, and that's where we look nationwide for relatives and supportive people for kids who are in the child welfare system.
Okay, so these might be kids who are in foster care or whose family is in turmoil somehow?
That's right, because we found that as kids come into the system, a lot of times they get disconnected from their family and their important supportive people. And so we're doing a program now where we're training all of our advocates on doing some part of family finding and just keeping our eye on keeping kids connected to people who are really important to them.
And the ultimate goal, I suppose, is to provide a support system for that child or these children, right?
That's correct. So yeah, the ultimate goal is for everybody who leaves foster care to have a network of support.
Okay.
Just like many of us do. A place to go for the holidays, someone to help you out with your laundry.
And we just take that for granted, really.
We do, and these kids tend to lose those connections, and so we're looking sometimes also for a place for kids to live, but the bigger picture is permanence, and permanence to us means having those people who care about you when you don't show up for Thanksgiving,
right?
And making sure that all the kids that come through the system leave with that type of a network.
Because you were mentioning to me that every time a child relocates, moves into a different home or a different care situation, they lose a certain amount of that permanence. They lose those connections,
On
right?
average, about 10 relationships are lost. If you think about the people that care about you where you live, you've got neighbors, you've got friends, you've got teachers, you've got coaches, you've got family, and so we often don't think about that when a child moves from one place to another, from home to foster care, from foster care to another foster care placement. Those are people, supportive people that they lose every single time they go.
And the reality is, unfortunately, sometimes children do move multiple times within that foster care system.
They do, unfortunately, and sometimes it's sometimes it's nobody's fault, but we don't have enough resource families. We're not able to do a very good job of matching children to placement sometimes because we have not very many options. And so by looking for relatives and extended family, we open up a larger pool of people who might care about this child, might be able to support this child, and then we have more options for kids and more relationships that are built for them.
So you have specialists who are training in this Lifelong Links program right now, because obviously to reach out to these relatives can be a little bit tricky, I'm sure.
It can, and so our regular advocates go through a certain amount of training, and then I have a program to train what we're calling specialists.
Okay.
So these are people who had been advocates for us that get trained specifically in family finding. So they get a little deeper training in the process and making those phone calls and the confidentiality concerns and all of that. And so those
but very
people,
rewarding in the end,
very
right?
rewarding
to reconnect family.
And it's very strengths-based because when you call people, you only ask them to do what they're willing to do.
Sure.
And if you come across someone who doesn't want to be involved, you say thank you very much and you move on.
And you guys always need volunteers to help these children, right? So if people are interested in being an advocate or interested in this program, how do they get in touch?
Well, they can visit our website, casappr.org, so CASA of the Pikes Peak region, and there's information about volunteer opportunities. We have several different programs at CASA.
Wow. It sounds like a wonderful program, Jill. Thank you for sharing it with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information about CASA of the Pikes Peak region, you can go to our website, momseveryday.com. Thank you for joining me today and every day. I'm your host, Jen Lennon, from momseveryday.com.
Moms Every Day, weekdays on KKTV, is brought to you by the sponsors of momseveryday.com.